Yo, guys, it's Osman. I know I have not posted in a fat minute, but today we're coming back and we have a really fucking good one, right? So if I was you, I'd grab your pen and paper right now because the amount of value that I'm about to give in this video is fucking nuts, right? You can probably go build your own coaching business off of this information alone, right? What we're gonna go through in this video. So first of all, this is for coaches, obviously, right? So first of all, we're gonna go through what you're currently doing, why that's not working. Secondly, we're gonna show you. I'll show you guys what kind of helped all of my clients kind of scale to 30K a month minimum. I'll show you guys the exact systems and processes and how you can build them yourself in your own company, so you can actually replicate these same results. I'll show you guys how you get a good setter, how you can train him, how you can manage him, and lastly, I'll show you guys how you can build a proper sales process, to make sure that every single lead you speak to on sales calls is fully nurtured and bought into, actually changing, right? So let's start with what you guys are currently doing right now, right, coaches? So first, what you're probably doing right now is probably blindly pushing out content and hoping that it kind of gets in front of the right people. So you're not answering your ICP's pain points. You're just kind of pushing out content and hoping that it gets in front of the right eyeballs. And you're only relying on inbound. So you're relying on people to reach out to you from that content that you're posting, even though you're not even posting it to the right ICP, right? Why that's not working is because your content is not attracting the right ICP, right? Because let's say you do fitness coaching, for example, right? Let's say I start posting about drop shipping, right? Like that wouldn't make any fucking sense, right? Because I target fitness coaches. I mean, I target people that want to do fitness coach, right? Therefore, the chances of your perfect ideal client sending you a message is very, very low, right? Why? Because you're not even talking to them in the content. You're not talking to their pain points. You're not talking to their dream state. You're not helping them realize what the gap is between that. You're not helping anything, right? You're just kind of pushing out content and hoping that it kind of answers your ICP's pain points, right? Now, what has helped all of our clients get to 30K a month minimum is super simple, right? So having a proper client acquisition system that allows them to consistently push out the right content to the right people, right? So you're pushing out content that's answering your ICP's pain points, that's talking to your ICP's dream state, that's talking to your ICP's gap, that's talking to everything you need to talk to for these people to actually know, like, and trust you before you actually pitch a call, right? And we're pushing it out to the right people and booking 3 to 5 qualified sales calls a day with a trained appointment setter, reaching out to people who engage with their content on a day-to-day basis, right? That's the whole system, sum it up all. Now, in this video, I'll run you guys through exactly how to get that proper client acquisition system, and I'm going to do no gatekeeping, right? I'm going to tell you guys literally everything in my system. Um, as far as the content, right, why you need to post content is because you need to use your content to educate people, right? Because you could have the best content in the world. I mean, if I don't know you're selling something, I'm never going to buy from you, right? Because I don't even know you're a seller. You're not selling a coaching. You're not selling a program to me. You're not doing anything. You're just posting content, right? And you need to build hype, right? Because after acquiring the traffic, you need to make them aware that we have a coaching program coming for them, right? Because they're not product aware right now. You need to make these people product aware so they can actually get nurtured over time and have in the back of their mind that you have a coaching program, right? And as far as the offer is super simple, high ticket one-on-one coaching. Obviously, when you actually post a CTA, you want to be like, you can add urgency or something, scarcity, letting in 5 to 10 people at 2 to 3K, just to kind of create that urgency around your coaching. As far as the fulfillment, super easy, one-on-one access to you, one-on-one weekly calls, and whatever all the free assets or the lead magnets that come with the coaching. Let's say you're doing fitness coaching, obviously build them out a training plan, a nutritional plan. Let's say you do e-com coaching, build them out a system that's going to allow them to consistently make sales. Whatever you're doing in your niche, you kind of need to apply it to their your clients, right? Exactly how you can set up all these systems and processes, right? So all the assets that you need for a successful launch that should collect anywhere from 10 to 30K is all of this, right? I know this seems like a lot, but it's really not, right? So a VSL, a payment processor, obviously, to kind of collect payments. QuickBooks Swap, I would not recommend Stripe. They fucked me over and all of my friends many, many times. WAP would probably be the safest. They have pretty high fees though. You need a good backend infrastructure, right? So you need a let's say you only focus on the front end, right? Then your back end is just going to fall off because it's not as powerful as your front end, right? Let's say you focus 60% on your front end and 40% on your back end. At some point, your back end is going to crumble, right? Because you're not putting the same amount of output in every single. You're not putting the same amount of input in every single output, right? So slowly, your shit's going to break, right? So you need to have the same amount of percentage. If you're putting 50% towards acquisition, you need to put 50% towards fulfillment, right? Because if you don't, then your business is going to fall out in a week, right? Sales team. So that's just an appointment setter. You can get a closer if you want, if you feel the need to. But I would recommend taking your own calls because it just let's say I book in a call with you and I hop on a call and it's a closer. So much friction already because I know I'm getting sold to, right? Sales process, this is a part of the VSL. Offer, obviously, we just ran through that. Fulfillment system, we also ran through that. Client onboarding systems, you need to have really good onboarding systems because if I just paid you $2,000, the onboarding system better be fucking smooth because if it's not, I'm subtly going to lose respect for you without even wanting to, right? Because it's not a smooth process, right? So make sure you have a really good client onboarding system. Content for the launch, we'll go through that, and obviously market research. So you don't have to go through any types of problems like these ever again, right? Now how to hire a good appointment setter, right? So first of all, you obviously need an appointment setter, because he's going to be the one reaching out to all those people and handling all those conversations. Because obviously you don't want to do that every single day, right? This is we're talking about a 5 to 6 hour job a day, right? You can't do that, right? You don't have time for that. Um, you can source good appointment setters from Facebook, or you can just hire them from Upwork, $3 an hour, or commission based if you get lucky. How to train an appointment setter. So first of all, you're going to build a script that's going to be sent out to 100 new people every single day. Make sure your script connects emotionally with your leads before they book in a call, so that when they hop on the call, it's easier for yourself to sell them. Because I had this problem with one of my coaches recently that I'll also run you guys through exactly who that coach is. But we had this problem where we weren't connecting emotionally with people, and what happened is when they hop on the call, it took like 10 minutes to break the ice. Why? Because we haven't connected emotionally on the conversation that we had on Instagram, right? So when they hop on the call, it's super hard to kind of break the ice because they're basically talking to a stranger, right? So when your script connects with them emotionally in the actual DM script and Instagram before they even hop on the call, then once you hop on the call, it's going to be a lot easier to break the ice because you've already connected emotionally in your IG DMs, if that makes sense. Um, and as far as how to manage an appointment setter, make sure you have daily convos with your setter and build a real relationship with him, right? And I preach this, right? Most people treat their appointment setters like they're just a worker, right? I build real relationships with my setters because that just creates the best partnerships ever, right? So build a real relationship with him so he actually knows he's a part of the business and that he's actually helping move the ball forward, right? If I'm an appointment setter and I don't feel like I'm actually helping you, I'm gonna fucking leave you, right? So make sure you acknowledge your setter. Make sure you take good input from him. They have amazing input, right? Just because he's an appointment setter doesn't mean he can't give you good input, right? Now how to build a good script for your appointment setter. Your script, it's super simple. Your script shouldn't be just you asking the prospect questions, right? Because then it just feels like an interview for them, right? And you don't want to come from that point of authority where I just ask you questions and you answer me. Throw in some personal situations, right? Talk about when you were struggling and that you overcame something that led you to you being a coach in the first place right now, right? Um, and if you actually talk about your own emotions and your own struggles that you had that you overcame, then it's so easy for the prospect to open up emotionally because they feel like they're actually related to, right? They don't feel like they're having an interview. They feel like they're having a real human connection, right? And also, make sure you have qualifying questions in your script, like "just curious, by the way, what do you do for work?" Right? You want to ask it super subtly though, because it kind of comes off as salesy if you position it in the wrong way. This will save your setter a lot of time speaking to unqualified leads that just can't afford your coaching in the first place, right? So here's everything of how you need to hire a setter, how you can manage a setter, all the assets you need, right? Now, how to actually build a proper sales process to ensure that every single lead you speak to is fully nurtured and is bought into whatever you're selling, right? So here's what the whole funnel should look like, right? So appointment setter reaches out to lead, right, through warm outbound. They get put through the DM funnel, which is the actual script that we literally just talked about a second ago. The DM process, you qualify them financially by asking them what they do for work. If they're qualified, then obviously you run them through the whole funnel, and then appointment setter pitches the call and sends the calendar link. They book in the call, they get sent to the VSL page, which I'll run you guys through how to make that in a second. But this is literally going to do 40% of your work for you, right? Um, Most people think about sales, oh, I just need to get better at sales. I have a 15% close rate. It's just because I'm not speaking to these people the right way. I'm not asking the right questions. No, you just don't have a proper system to nurture the leads that you're hopping on a call with, right? Let's say you have a process selling VSL, right? That handles all your clients' objections in the actual VSL, right? Once you hop on the call, you won't have to handle those objections anymore. Why? Because you handle them in the VSL, right? It's super easy and it's super. It's like a trajectory for your client, right? You can tell them that you're going to go from here to here, right? And all of this I'm going to solve it for you, right? And once you say that in the VSL, then once they hop on the call, they fully trust you. They know, like, and trust you, and it's easy. It's easy to collect $2,000 to $3,000 payments. Why? Because they already know you can help them, right? Most people hop on the call for a reason of, can this guy help me? I don't know if this guy can help me. I'm going to hop on a call with him to see if he can help me, right? If your VSL is good, then once the people hop on a call with you, you just need to sell them. right? Super simple. Um, Now, obviously, they get put through SMS and email reminders to make sure that they don't actually skip the call. And the day before the call, your appointment setter will send this message in WhatsApp to confirm their spot. And this is the actual message that I use myself for my own business and all the coaches that I work with. So super simple. Yo name. This is the setter's name, obviously, from whoever's team. I saw that he got you booked in for a consultation call at X time. So he asked me to reach out and make sure that you are committed to showing up so we can confirm the meeting. Reply yes if you are still committed and available at that time, right? And you want to make this almost look automated, right? I know that that comes off as weird, but you really want to make this look automated because it gives you that point of authority where it's like we gave you this opportunity to hop on the call, right? But you don't want to do this too much to the point where your leads are literally scared of you because you're this big authority guy, right? Now if they're not on WhatsApp, then just get your setter to send us on Instagram, your name, just making sure you are still committed to showing up for our call at X time. Reply yes if you are still committed and available at that time. Right. And most of the time these people answer. If they don't, just follow up a couple times and yeah, should work. Um Now this is a very, very, very important part that a lot of people overlook. Right? A lot of people don't even have VSLs. Like what the fuck are you doing? Right? If you run a coaching business and don't have a VSL, then you're just making the sales harder for yourself, right? Now, why do you need a VSL in the first place, right? Your VSL should nurture every single lead that you book in before they actually hop on the sales call, right? This is your best opportunity to battle any objections your ICP may have before the call, like I just spoke about, right? This is your opportunity to handle all the objections, right? Get their mind in the dream state, right? And tell them that you're going to help them fill in that gap, right? Now, here's the VSL framework, right? And this is the VSL framework that I use for all my clients. So obviously you start with the introduction. Second, you clarify the goal or the problem that they want and the problem they have and the goals that they have. Case studies and social proof so they kind of trust you. Who is this for? Call it the exact ICP, exact ideal client so people know it's for them. One sentence persuasion. This is just where you kind of you essentially tell them that you'll be there along the way, right? Because most people, they love accountability. They love it, right? So when you tell them that you're going to be there along the way, they're going to be more likely to buy from you, right? The three-step process, breaking beliefs and instilling new beliefs, right? You can't sell someone if he's still in his old mindset, right? You can't, right? So you can either hop on the call and try to build a new mindset in 30 minutes, which is super hard, or you could just have an amazing VSL that does it for you. And once they hop on the call, they're ready to give you $3,000, right? More case studies, more social proof, the benefit of the benefit. So what are they actually going to get from changing? Let's say you do fitness coaching. What are you going to get if you get jacked? What's going to happen in your life if you get a six pack, right? And more on the emotional side of things, right? Not just, let's say I run a drop shipping offer, right? Apart from just making more money and having more zeros in my bank account, what is that really going to do for me, right? What is making more money? More freedom. I get to help my parents. Um, I get to have fun with my parents, my friends. I get to go to my like shit like that, right? Actual emotional shit, not just getting more zeros on the bank account because that's just the obvious answer in business, right? Selling the vacation so you actually sell them on the actual dream state that they want. You don't understand this, you don't know this if you haven't done market research, which I'll run you guys through in a second on how to actually do that. And then lastly, you hit them with a fast CTA for urgency, and yeah, that's basically where you kind of the beliefs are already there, right? So you can kind of just hit them with a CTA and they should be ready to take action, right? So this is everything, right? Now, as far as how to pull off a proper launch that'll allow you to collect 10 to 30K in the launch week, right? Here's one of my clients, Nate Wolf. He did $30,000 USD in cash collected in 7 days of launch, right? Now how the high ticket launch should go before I go into anything, right? So market research, super important, right? A lot of people overlook this part and then they end up with a shit product, with a shit price, with a shit everything, right? Hop on 10 to 15 consulting calls with your following and figure out their pain points, dream state, and what's stopping them from getting there, right? And don't look at this as a tyrant, right? This is going to save you so much time to build your offer, build your product, right? With this information, you'll be able to make the best product in your niche that directly helps your ICP's pain points. And once you get on the call, if you can communicate the value of that well, of all of these calls that you hopped on with and your product, then it should be an easy close every single time, right? Um, Now, as far as how the high ticket launch goes, so you need to recreate 5 of your most viral videos, all while announcing that you have a new project coming that you've been working on for the past 6 months, right? So go on your profile, find your 5 most viral videos, and recreate them. I'm not saying Control C, Control V, copy paste them, right? I'm saying recreate them, right? Remake the video, try to make it in a better way, ask yourself what could make this video better that could attract the algorithm more to put me on the explore page or some shit like that, right? And then recreate those videos. And at the end of the video, every single video, you need to have a CTA that's saying that you have an announcement that's launching in a couple of days that you've been working on for the past 6 months, right? DM me change for early access to the project, comment access, comment change, like whatever, right? You just need to get these people to actually commit, and then you can sell them a typed either send them the VSL or send them the sales letter, which you also need to create, right? Now, super simple. So day one, you post a video, right? The first video that you created, the recreation of one of your most viral videos, have a CTA at the end. Same thing day two, have a CTA at the end. Same thing day three, same thing day four, right? And then on day five, once you've built enough, hype around your product, right, or whatever you're launching, right, then you hit everyone with a fast CTA, right? So hard CTA video, right? So don't make this video super long, by the way. Don't make this video a minute long, right? Because people are not even going to get to the CTA. Make it something quick and snappy, 15, 20 seconds, and then add a little CTA at the end. I just launched my coaching program. I'm letting in 10 to 15 new men at, don't say the ticket price, obviously, just DM me keyword. And then you send these people the actual sales letter, you get them in on a call, and it's super easy to collect cash a lot faster. Why? Because you've built so much hype around your actual product. You've done so much market research, so you know exactly what your ICP wants and needs and what's stopping them from getting there. And also throw up a story CTA that should look something like this. Or if you even want to add even more urgency, you can just tell them that you're only letting in 2 people, 2 to 5 people, 5 to 10 people, like I just did here with this one client, right? And this is exactly what allowed us to collect $30,000 in 7 days of launching and like $43,000 in contracts, right? This is literally everything you need to start a coaching business tomorrow and consistently collect $30,000 every single month, right? Now I know this was a lot to take in at once, but I really want you guys, if you're a coach watching this video, please apply the information that I gave you in here because this is literally growth operating as a whole, right? I hope you guys you guys got some good value out of this video, and hope to speak to you guys soon. Have a good rest of your day, man.